A cramped apartment in the heart of bustling New York City. The air is thick with tension as five friends huddle around a kitchen table, bills scattered before them like fallen leaves. Meet Sarah, the overworked nurse; Mike, the struggling artist; Emily, the recent college graduate; Tom, the small business owner; and Lisa, the single mom juggling two jobs. Their faces are etched with worry, a sight all too familiar in today's world. "I just don't get it," Sarah sighs, running her fingers through her hair. "We all work so hard. Why can't we ever seem to get ahead?" The others nod in agreement, their own financial woes weighing heavily on their minds. It's a scene that plays out in countless homes across the country, perhaps even in yours. But what if I told you that the solution to their problems and possibly yours lay hidden in the sands of time, waiting to be uncovered? Let's take a journey, shall we? Close your eyes and imagine yourself transported back thousands of years to the ancient city of Babylon. The air is filled with the scent of spices and the buzz of commerce. Golden spires reach towards the heavens, and the hanging gardens cascade down the sides of magnificent ziggurats. In the shadow of these wonders, we find Bansir, a skilled chariot builder, slumped against the wall of his workshop. His friend Kabi, a musician, approaches with a spring in his step that quickly falters as he sees Bansir's dejected expression. "What troubles you, my friend?" Kabi asks, concern etched on his face. Bansir looks up, his eyes heavy with worry. "I'm broke, Kabi. Despite all my hard work, I have nothing to show for it. My wife deserves better, yet I can barely put food on the table." Kabi's smile fades as he realizes he's in the same predicament. They both work tirelessly at their crafts, yet financial security eludes them. Sound familiar? As they commiserate, a luxurious carriage rolls by, its gilded wheels catching the sunlight. Inside sits Arkad, known far and wide as the richest man in Babylon. Bansir and Kabi watch in awe, a mixture of admiration and envy in their eyes. "How did he do it?" Bansir wonders aloud. "What secret does Arkad possess that we don't?" This question, dear listener, is the key that unlocks our tale. For Bansir and Kabi, driven by desperation and a glimmer of hope, decide to seek out Arkad and learn his secrets. And what they discover will not only change their lives, but potentially yours as well. Now, you might be thinking, what could a story about ancient Babylon possibly teach me about my finances today? But bear with me, for the wisdom Arkad shares is timeless, transcending the boundaries of era and culture. Arkad welcomes Bansir and Kabi into his opulent home, a stark contrast to their humble dwellings. But as he begins to speak, they realize that he wasn't always wealthy. In fact, he started as a humble scribe, just like many others in the city. "The first lesson," Arkad begins, his eyes twinkling with wisdom, "is that a part of all you earn is yours to keep." Bansir and Kabi exchange confused glances. "But isn't all of what we earn ours?" Kabi asks hesitantly. Arkad shakes his head, a knowing smile playing on his lips. "Not if you spend it all, my friend. The secret to wealth begins with paying yourself first." He goes on to explain the principle that would become the foundation of their financial transformation. Before you pay the baker, the sandal maker, or even the tax collector, pay yourself. Take 1/10 of all you earn and set it aside. This money is not for spending, but for making more money. The concept seems simple, almost too simple. But as Arkad continues, the profound wisdom of his words begins to sink in. "Money," he says, "is like a faithful servant. If you put it to work, it will labor for you tirelessly, multiplying itself over time." Arkad regales them with tales of his journey to wealth. He speaks of wise investments, of protecting against loss, and of increasing one's ability to earn. With each story, the path to riches becomes clearer, like a fog lifting to reveal a well-trodden road. But Arkad's wisdom goes beyond mere money-making tactics. He stresses the importance of living below one's means, of seeking advice from those who are experts in their fields, and of continuously educating oneself. Wealth, he tells them, is not just about accumulating gold. It's about creating a life of abundance and security, where you have the freedom to pursue your passions and help others. As Bansir and Kabi leave Arkad's presence, their minds are buzzing with possibilities. They feel as if they've been given a map to buried treasure. But will they have the discipline to follow it? We fast forward a year. Bansir and Kabi meet again, but this time there's a newfound confidence in their stride. They've been following Arkad's advice, and already they can see changes in their fortunes. Bansir shares how he's been setting aside a tenth of his earnings, no matter how small. It was hard at first, he admits. There were times when I was tempted to dip into my savings. But now, seeing that money grow, it gives me hope for the future. Kabi nods in agreement. He's been doing the same, and more. I've even started lending out some of my savings, earning interest just like Arkad said. It's amazing to see my money working for me, even while I sleep. Their success catches the attention of others in the city. Soon, a small group forms, all eager to learn the secrets of wealth. Bansir and Kabi find themselves in the role of teachers, passing on Arkad's wisdom. One of their students, a young potter named Dabasir, is particularly eager. He had once been enslaved due to his debts, but had managed to free himself. Now, he's determined never to fall into that trap again. Dabasir's story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of controlling one's expenses. I used to spend like a king when I earned like a slave, he confesses. Now, I live like a slave so that one day I might earn like a king. The group nods in understanding. How many of us can relate to Dabasir's past mistakes? How often have we fallen into the trap of spending more than we earn, lured by the siren song of easy credit and instant gratification? As the weeks pass, the group continues to meet, sharing their successes and setbacks. They learn about the power of compound interest, watching in amazement as their modest savings begin to grow faster and faster. But it's not all smooth sailing. One member of the group, a merchant named Sharunada, falls prey to a get-rich-quick scheme, losing a significant portion of his savings. His story serves as a cautionary tale, reminding the group of Arkad's advice to seek wisdom before making investment decisions. The road to wealth is slow, Bansir reminds them, echoing Arkad's words. But there is no road back from poverty that is not slow. We must be patient and consistent in our efforts. Despite this setback, the group's overall fortunes continue to improve. They learn to view money not as an end in itself, but as a tool that, when used wisely, can provide security, opportunity, and the means to help others. As word of their success spreads, more and more people seek to join their circle. The friends find themselves hosting larger and larger gatherings, sharing Arkad's wisdom with all who will listen. One day, a young man approaches Bansir. "I've heard your teachings," he says, "but I'm impatient. Isn't there a faster way to riches?" Bansir smiles, remembering how he once felt the same way. "The road to wealth is slow," he replies, "but there is no road back from poverty that is not slow." This lesson hits home for many in the group. They realize that true wealth isn't about getting rich quickly, but about building a solid foundation that can weather any storm. As the years pass, Bansir, Kabi, and their friends see their wealth grow beyond their wildest dreams. But more than that, they find a sense of security and peace that they never had before. They use their newfound wealth not just for themselves, but to improve their community. They fund schools, build infrastructure, and provide opportunities for others to learn the secrets that Arkad shared with them. And so, the wisdom of Babylon spreads, passed down from generation to generation. It travels across oceans and continents through the ages, until it reaches us here, today. Now, let's return to our friends in New York. Sarah, Mike, Emily, Tom, and Lisa have stumbled upon the story of Arkad and his teachings. At first, they're skeptical. After all, how could ancient wisdom apply to their modern-day struggles? But as they delve deeper into the principles, they begin to see parallels to their own lives. Sarah realizes that she's been spending everything she earns, never setting anything aside for the future. Mike recognizes that he's been chasing get-rich-quick schemes instead of focusing on steady, consistent growth. Emily, fresh out of college, sees the importance of starting her financial journey early. Tom understands that he needs to separate his business and personal finances, paying himself a salary just like he pays his employees. And Lisa learns the value of seeking out financial education, realizing that her lack of knowledge has been holding her back. They decide to form their own study group, meeting regularly to discuss ARCAD's principles and how to apply them in their lives. It's not easy at first. They face setbacks and moments of doubt. But slowly, surely, they begin to see changes. Sarah starts by setting aside just 5% of her paycheck, gradually increasing it to 10% as she finds ways to cut her expenses. Mike focuses on building his art business, reinvesting a portion of his earnings to grow his client base. Emily opens a retirement account, marveling at the potential of compound interest over her long career ahead. Tom implements better financial practices in his business, leading to increased profits and stability. Lisa takes a financial literacy course at the local community college, empowering her to make better decisions for herself and her children. As months turn into years, their financial situations improve dramatically. They're not millionaires, but they're no longer living paycheck to paycheck. They have emergency funds, growing investments, and a sense of control over their financial futures. But perhaps the most significant change is in their mindset. Money is no longer a source of constant stress and worry. Instead, it's a tool they use to build the lives they want. Their success inspires others. Friends, family members, and co-workers notice the change and want to know their secret. And so, just like Bansir and Kabi in ancient Babylon, our New York friends become teachers, passing on the timeless wisdom they've learned. They host financial book clubs, organize community workshops, and even start a podcast sharing their journey and the lessons they've learned. Their message resonates with people from all walks of life, from college students to retirees, from minimum wage workers to high-earning professionals. Why? Because the principles are universal. Pay yourself first, live below your means, make your money work for you, invest in your own education, protect your wealth, increase your ability to earn. These concepts know no boundaries of time or place. As their community grows, they realize that they're part of something bigger than themselves. They're not just changing their own lives, but potentially the lives of generations to come. By breaking the cycle of financial ignorance and empowering others with knowledge, they're creating a ripple effect that could transform entire communities. And here's where you come in, dear listener. You've heard the tale of Arcad, Bansir, and Kabi. You've seen how their ancient wisdom transformed the lives of our modern-day friends in New York. Now, the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you dismiss it as just another story? Or will you recognize the power of these principles and take action in your own life? Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your path to financial freedom can start today, with a decision to pay yourself first, no matter how small the amount. It can start with a commitment to educate yourself about money, to seek out wisdom and apply it consistently. Yes, the road may be long. Yes, there will be obstacles and setbacks along the way. But remember Arcad's words, where the determination is, the way can be found. You have within you the power to change your financial destiny. You have the ability to break free from the cycle of debt and living paycheck to paycheck. You have the potential to build a life of abundance, security, and generosity. The choice is yours. Will you remain trapped in financial struggle, always one unexpected expense away from disaster? Or will you take the wisdom of Babylon to heart, charting a course towards true financial freedom? As you ponder this decision, imagine yourself years from now. Picture the peace of mind that comes from having savings to fall back on. Envision the opportunities that open up when you're not constrained by financial stress. Think of the legacy you could leave for your children and grandchildren. This future is possible. It's within your reach. All it takes is the courage to start and the discipline to persist.